Hey everybody, this is AJ. We met at Finally Friday, and we never got the chance to get together and ride in the Cybertruck. And we were doing the little fitness walk today, and my daughter's not with me, and there was a small turnout, and I didn't have a lot going on. So I was like, AJ, have we ever did this? And he's like, no. So but anyway, tell them what you're doing now.
Yeah, so I recently started at SoFi, so I'm an origination specialist, so I help with servicing personal loans. Eventually we'll start servicing student loans, but yeah, just excited to kind of get to see the Cybertruck in action here. So
awesome. So have you been in a electric vehicle or EV?
A couple times.
What have you been in?
So I've
experience-wise?
been in your personal car, and then I've been in a couple hybrids, but never like a full on electric vehicle.
Yeah, because I have a couple Nissan Leafs, because when I first bought an electric car, I wasn't sure about them, and I was like, I didn't really want to, honestly, I couldn't afford Tesla.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, what can I afford? Basically the Nissan Leafs are like the most affordable.
Right.
So I was like, I bought one for like $8,500 off a dealership, and fell in love with it. I was just like, wow, you don't have to change oil. There's like, basically you hardly ever have to do a brake job. You don't have a transmission. It's just like, there's very little. I've been driving an electric car for like 7 or 8 years, and basically the only thing I've done is buy tires, windshield wiper blades, windshield washer fluid, and then every 3 or 4 years, just like a regular car, you buy a little 12-volt battery, which in my Nissan Leaf, it's like 99 bucks. It's the smallest 12-volt battery you can buy for a car. It's almost like a motorcycle battery. So yeah, I just fell in love with being able to not do maintenance, because in my line of work, I've had so many gas vehicles and trucks. It's like, it's so expensive to keep regular vehicles up in a fleet. So, but how long have you been going to Finally Friday?
So I joined the chamber back in October of 2022, started going in November 2022, so a little over a year. Like I said, it's just starting this new role. I don't really have, I don't really own my own business anymore, but I love to stop by, just every now and then whenever I'm on vacation, to say hey to everybody. It's one of the reasons why I still keep going to the fitness walk. It also helps that I live like 10-15 minutes away from the mall too, but I just really love the relationships I built with everybody, so I just didn't want that to just suddenly stop just because I'm doing another thing. But so I just try and stay involved wherever I can.
So recently I've got a couple guys that have been doing most of the work for me, so I've been able to come to more of the meetings, and I'm starting to branch out and do more things.
Nice.
But I noticed like some of the people that join the chamber, they have quite a few different businesses, or like they'll change businesses. So they have to join the chamber like for each different business.
Right.
So I don't know if you did research on that. Is like, I guess every time, can you just join as a person? Or do you have to have a business?
That I'm not sure about.
That would be cool, because like I know some people, they've changed like 4 or 5 or 6, 7 times.
Right. Yeah. And
it's like, man, it's like they have to re-up their membership every time they switch positions. So I was like, that could be kind of expensive.
Oh yeah.
Especially when you're transitioning. So they need a membership for just like, I don't know, what do you do? Just personalized membership or something,
I guess.
Because there's a lot of people that have a lot of things going on. They're not just focused on one thing. They have like 5 different.
Oh yeah.
And they're always switching. So I remember when I was your age, I went through a lot of different transitions, working for different companies and stuff. So you've been in a Tesla before?
No.
No. Wow. So you've never been in a Tesla, and this is actually one of the first Cybertrucks in Orange Park. Yeah. I think I've seen a few now, but when I first got it, this was only the second Tesla that I've seen in the wild. So it's pretty rare. Now they're They were making like 10 a day or something like that, or 10 a week, and now they're making like 1,500 a week.
Oh wow! So, yeah, because I've seen them like around. I'll see these, see those cars that have like all those other cars on the back. I see like nothing but cyber trucks on them.
Yeah, like the whole truck's full, and these weigh 6,600 pounds, 7,000 pounds. So you can imagine what that whole truckload weighs.
Oh gosh!
I mean, that thing. They're really, even any electric vehicle has probably 1,000 to 1,500 more pounds just because of the battery.
Right.
So anytime you're hauling electric vehicles, you're hauling a lot more. At least I'd say 20 or 30% more weight per vehicle, or more. Sometimes 50%.
Mm-hmm.
But an F-250, kind of like that one, it weighs like 6,000 or 7,000 pounds. So it's pretty close.
Right.
It's not like absorbent. I think my F-250 4-wheel drive, it weighs like 7,000 or 8,000 pounds empty, so with full gas and everything and equipment, it's pretty heavy. Well, anyway, this, I don't know if you get the chance to see this, because we had this at the grand opening ribbon cutting for the chamber. Were you at that event?
Which one?
When I did my ribbon cutting at the chamber?
I don't believe so.
Okay, because I just got the truck like a week prior to that.
Okay.
So, and then that was like, everybody got in the truck and kind of like took pictures in the truck. Because I was going to do it in my shop, but it was like, you lose a lot of people in transition. And like, so I was like, someone the week before did it, and it was a great turnout. So I was like, why not?
Yeah.
You know, so you got everybody there. You don't lose many people. But this is a squircle, they call it. This is kind of like
squircle.
Yeah, it's not a square, it's not a circle.
Oh, I see.
Squircle.
That's a portmanteau.
Yeah. And I was glad they did that, because they did have a yoke, and this was cut out. So you basically had like this part and this part missing. So you basically, I'm like, oh man, it's like, maybe like they had those in the Plaid or the Model S's, and I was thinking, oh my God, please do not put that in the truck. So I'm really happy with this. I didn't know if I'd like it at first, but when I'm driving, normally I have got two hands on the wheel, and the 45s are perfect, or I'm driving like this. So it works for me. I don't know if it works for everybody, but I actually prefer it over a regular steering wheel. Kind of busy this morning. I think it's because they changed it. Oh, yeah. A lot of people get caught up in this lane, and they're like trying to get out, and then this lane disappears. I can't wait till they get done with all what they're going to do here. I don't know what they're doing, but hopefully it works. Hopefully engineers did a good job. So this is the dual motor. I got ran off the road. Dual motor, 600 horsepower, 0 to 60 in 4 seconds.
Oh wow!
Yeah. And we are in sport mode, so just hang on. People don't believe that a truck can do that. So I can take that a little bit faster, but that's pretty much.
No need.
Yeah, you get the point. You get the point, right? So this is sport mode. It hunkers down. It tightens up the suspension. All-wheel drive, all the really fast off from 0 to 60. Once you're moving, it's not so fast. And then also too, this is charged at 64%.
Okay.
When you get higher, like 70, 80%, it's a little bit quicker. It's like an RC car, that's basically all it is a big RC car. Also too, the steering wheel, it's fly-by-wire, so this is literally not connected to anything mechanical. So this is basically a game controller.
Oh, wow.
But a lot of people are afraid of it, but if you think about it, commercial airlines have been doing this for 20 years. You know, you can't control all those ailerons and stuff with a little joystick unless you have computer assist, you know, so.
Makes sense.
But what's cool about it is you can, basically when you're turning, the computer tells the wheels how much to turn, so you don't have to turn as much. So it's over exaggerated, so when you turn, you oversteer. So you turn a little bit, it turns like the tires a lot. And then as you go faster, it kind of changes the ratio. So you don't, like when we stop, I'll show you, like you don't have to do this.
Right.
Because it's just like, you're already full steer. And then with the, also too, since it's software, when I bought the truck, the rear tires turned at 10 degrees, and then I woke up one day, software update, now they turn 15. So that's full steer.
Wow.
So basically you can drink a cup of coffee and go through like an obstacle course.
That's crazy.
So you never really have to take your hand off the wheel, you know, to do that. You can basically just do everything you need to with one hand and never, you know, basically, I mean, that's all you need right there. So I think that's pretty cool. And this is like the first vehicle to have that. It's also, and then your rear view mirror. Like,
oh, nice.
You can just move it around. If your tonneau cover is down, you can of course see out the back. So you can just open that, and then you'll be able to see out the back. But I usually keep it closed for, especially if I have something back there. But
right.
Then you can close it. You can do everything except when you do the tailgate. Of course, you have to go out and pick it. It doesn't close the tailgate by itself. I don't know if they do that for, you know, liability purposes or what, but blinkers are right here. There's no stock on the steering wheel, so you can't physically do anything back here. A lot of times, if there's something behind you or in front of you, the truck will automatically put itself in gear. So as soon as you touch the brake, if there's something in front of you, it'll put it in reverse. And eventually, you'll hardly ever have to do this. If the screen goes out, touch up here, and then you got backup. So like, say the screen freezes or something, you can still drive through here. But basically no gauges, everything is through here. You can raise the suspension up or down if you want. It goes up to 17 inches, and then you can set it up to where, like my mom's 83, every time it stops, like it goes all the way down, so she can get in and out very easily. But yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
They do make a they're going to make a single motor rear wheel drive, which will be like 300 horsepower, probably 0 to 60 in like 6 seconds. And then they also make a beast mode with 3 motors, 2 motors in the back, 1 in the front, 850 horsepower, 0 to 60 in like 2.6. So that's the one I was going to order, but it was like the range isn't as good because it draws more power. So this gets like 340 miles. I think the Beast is around 300. So you lose like 40 miles because the motors, if they're not working, they're still having a little bit of drag. So it makes it less efficient. And there's a little bit more weight too. So. It's like a roller coaster.
It's not messing around, that's for sure.
usually do this on the on ramps and off ramps because there's no traffic. There's no way someone can cut in or whatever. Usually I don't get pulled over because you usually have to accelerate to get up on the overpass. So is that faster than you thought it would be?
A little bit.
And this isn't the fastest one.
Wow.
This is like the middle of the road, and it's not charged up, so it's even faster. So would you ever consider like buying an electric car?
Yeah, for sure.
So you're into it?
Yeah.
So you actually would like to have?
It's really more so for like less, like to cut down on the upkeep of like a normal vehicle than anything.
Maintenance.
Yeah, maintenance.
You don't like checking oil?
Nah, matter of fact, I gotta get an oil change next week, as a matter of fact. So
it's really good too. Like my mom, I bought her an electric car, and I never have to worry about her, checking the water, checking the oil, like running basically blowing the motor up and stuff.
Right.
And then also too, they're super reliable. So as long as she plugs it in at night, I never have to worry about her breaking down. And then also too, this is like very understated. Like in a gas car, you have to go to the gas station,
right?
And that's really not a safe place for an older lady to be, because that's usually where vagrants hang out. And they're bigger, and people like asking for money, and who knows where that can lead to.
Right.
So that takes that whole scenario out. And then when you go in the gas station, if you have to pay inside, they're always trying to say, hey, I'll make a bonus if you buy some candy, or do you want anything? They're trying to force you to buy more stuff than you don't need, wasting your money. So that takes that whole scenario out, because when people get older, they don't want to deal with all that,
right?
And sometimes they just buy stuff so that people don't pressure them, or sometimes older people are naive. They think everybody's nice, and like someone asks them for money, they open their purse or whatever, and then they end up grabbing their purse, and it's just all kinds of scenarios can stem from that. Where's the second place you kind of get ripped off at in a gas car?
Probably at the dealership, honestly.
Yeah, the mechanic. So every time my mom would go to the mechanic shop, she'd spend $1,000. I'm like, Mom, what? She'd go get an oil change, and next thing you know, we want a transmission flush, you need this done, blah blah blah. Next thing you know, you feel pressured, and then sometimes you're like, you don't know any better, so okay, go ahead and take care of it. Replace the belts, pulleys, whatever, do the maintenance, which might not be needed. So all that's gone. So when you go home, you just plug your phone in, you plug your car in, you wake up, and you got juice,
right?
So it takes a lot of that unnecessary stuff out of it, I think. I call it unnecessary now that you just don't realize all that stuff. It's because you've been doing it for years. You're born, raised, driving a gas car, so it's like commonplace to, go to the mechanic, go to the oil change place, go to the gas station, all that stuff. And it costs like about $10 to top it off at home,
right?
And you can just unplug your dryer if you want. You don't have to have anything special. As long as you have a dryer outlet somewhere, then it's 20 feet from where you park. Like when my mom first got her car, we just unplugged a dryer and plugged this in, and plugged her car in. And then I'm an electrician, so I just put a couple more dryer plugs. So, and then eventually we bought a Tesla, or I bought her a Tesla wall charger, and it actually sped up the charging, even though it was all the same wiring. For some reason, the box talks to the car and allows it to charge almost twice as fast. So it is worth getting a Tesla wall charger if you want a little bit of faster charging speed, because sometimes I'll forget to charge the car, but it's plugged in. I can just go on the app and say charge, and by the time I get to the house, I'll have like another 40, 50, 60 miles, which is enough to go to Gainesville. So, and we just trimmed all these palm trees at the courtyard again, or my guys did.
Okay.
Yeah, they did it all in like a day and a half. But It was a good time because the 4th of July, I guess there's not many people at the Marriott.
Right.
Because that people are out, you know, doing their own thing. They don't want to stay at a hotel, I guess. That would be nice to be on the top, though, to watch the fireworks.
Oh, yeah.
Need to bush hog this. I'd clean this up probably, what was it, about 4 or 5 months ago. It's starting to grow back. They need to take a bush hog in there and chop it down one more time. I think they rented that out. I don't know if it's still up for rent. Yeah, it's still up for lease. That thing's like 300,000 square foot warehouse. Can you imagine what the rent would be on that?
Oh gosh.
Because they had to rent it out to, it was like Goodyear Tire or something like that.
Okay.
And then Goodyear, I guess, got tired of Orange Park. You know, they kept messing with them, so they moved out. And then actually P. Diddy, and a couple other clothing lines were in there. And then it was men's clothing, boys' clothing, high-end clothing, P. Diddy, and then they had a bunch of different stuff. Well, they just moved out. So they were desperately looking for a renter.
Oh.
And then somebody was talking about they were going to use it for manufactured homes. And they were going to basically build, I guess, sub-assemblies for homes.
Okay.
And then I guess it doesn't make sense to me, but transport those sub-assemblies to the main branch and put the homes together or something, or on site, I don't know. So, but that was the last person I talked to, and it sounded like it was a go, but I haven't, the lease signs are still up, so I guess that fell through. This is my second shop back here.
Okay.
And we started in more Grand Mini warehouses on Kingsley, and then this was like 3,000 square foot warehouse we had, and then I had a 30,000 square foot warehouse. So this, all that other equipment right there, that used to be all my equipment. Yeah. It used to be like a bunch of trash and stuff. I cleaned it all up, put mulch down and leveled it, started parking my equipment there. And then they started charging me rent for it. I'm like, wait a minute. It's like I created that space. There's my old office right there.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah.
It's your turn. You can drive around the loop. It's pretty safe.
Okay.
It's a really good chance to get familiar with it.
Okay.
When you get out, just hit this button here.
Okay.
That'll open the door and pop that window down. All right. All right, so it's gonna, the two things that are gonna be weird to you at first is the oversteer, because the steering's like really turns super sharp, and then the regenerative braking. So when you let off the accelerator, the car will start stopping like you're hitting the brake.
Okay.
So that's gonna be the two main things that are gonna get hard to get used to.
Okay.
And other than that, it's just like a regular car but faster.
Okay.
Yeah, foot on the brake, and then just swipe up,
Like
on the car. Yeah, well, it did it by itself.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's real touchy. See that big white building in the front? Pulling that big, huge parking lot.
Okay.
Do a few donuts and get used to like how sharp it turns.
Okay.
Should be Yeah, isn't that crazy? Yeah, just keep going.
Okay.
And then right. Yeah, that road just kind of veers to the right that turn.
Alright.
So you don't even have to hit the brake. And then just find a big space and do a U-ey. When you turn, it's like you just have to.
That's so crazy.
Didn't think a big truck could turn that.
No.
Way. Do another donut over here.
That is wild.
Yeah. Crank it all the way.
So this one. That is
There's no way you would have made that.
No, absolutely not.
It's like, I'm running out of room here.
Alright, I think
You're good on the
I'm
donuts.
good, yeah. Alright, where's to now?
Yeah, let's go around the loop a couple times. This helps you get the feel of it.
Yeah.
They always park in the road, man. I'm surprised they haven't got hit, you know, because people race around this loop.
Yeah.
I mean, easier than you thought it would be.
Right, yeah. Just have to get used to the whole braking thing.
Yeah. Go ahead and do another loop.
Okay.
Go straight.
Oh, go straight.
Yeah, go
Okay.
straight. Yeah, that goes out to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's because if you turn here, it's another big circle.
Alright. Like.
Left. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and punch a little bit. Give it a little juice. Floor it.
Track back here.
Just go straight.
Alright.
Is that something you can get used to?
I think so.
So when you first seen the vehicle, what was your, I mean, I'm sure you've seen it online.
Right.
So compared to like maybe seeing online, what, and seeing in person.
Yeah, I think just trying to get over the fact that like it's kind of like it's a truck.
Yeah.
because it always seemed to me like it was always just more like a sedan, but like kind of
SUV.
Yeah, like an SUV or something like that.
Not really a truck.
Right.
Or like a toy or something.
Right, yeah.
But it's actually a real truck.
Right, yeah.
It does truck things.
Right, yeah.
Better than truck.
It does truck things, but at the same time, it does like doesn't do truck things at the same time.
Right. So it's kind of like having your cake and eating it too.
Right.
Yeah. So, like if you can only get one vehicle and you need a truck, this would probably be a good choice.
Yeah.
And really, for $79.95, ooh, there's our buddy. I'm glad I didn't roll down here very quickly. Yeah, but for $79.95, like that's pretty much the cost of like a loaded F1 or F250. You know, like a Eddie Bauer or you know, Lariat or whatever. Yep.
Oh, there's the twins. Right.
So would you consider, like, what would be a good fit, you think, for this vehicle? Like, this probably wouldn't be your car. You'd probably be like more like a sedan.
Nah, I'd probably get like another, like I always said, like I was never really like into like luxury vehicles. Like probably my newest car would be like whatever, like the newest CRV or like whatever equivalent will be out at the time.
So, I really like the Honda CRVs.
Yeah.
The new ones too are nice. I think they make a hybrid, don't they?
I'm pretty sure they do. Yeah.
Because your hybrids, man, you can get up to 50 miles a gallon.
Yeah. But yeah, this actually drives pretty nice, though, I will say.
Different than you would have expected.
Oh yeah.
We can put it in comfort mode too. Make it a little softer. Loosen the suspension up.
And that's the other thing too, is just like being able to like have like all the controls basically on the screen. Yeah, it just makes it for like a lot cleaner of a dashboard. So that's the other thing too, is just like noticing just like how clean and like sleek everything is, you know, from like not having any handles on the doors, like, you know, very like simple, like a very simple steering wheel. Yeah.
No button, like no things hanging off of it. It's very easy to clean. You know,
imagine.
Yeah, just go to like the car wash and boom. Yeah, it takes 3 minutes to go through the car wash. It takes me like maybe 15 or 20 minutes to vacuum and wipe it down. And so it came with the rubber floor mats and everything, so it really protects everything. And when you take off, it's like you don't have to worry about, you're always going to be in the first position. Yeah, turn here. It's probably the easiest way to get in. A little bit different than your car.
Oh yeah.
It's like a little bit tighter steering. It's like driving a sports car, then.
Yeah,
Pretty much. A heavy sports car. Yeah, watch this guy.
Just can't get over how short these turns are.
I've hit a few curbs on accident, just like forgetting about how sharp it turns. Yeah. So, thumbs up. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Definitely cool, huh?
Oh yeah.
So, I think I made the right decision.
I think you did. It's certainly different because I remember we talked about this before. It's definitely going to turn some heads for sure.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm trying to get it as many miles and as many basically as much experience as I can driving around, because eventually there's going to be a lot of these.
Right.
I mean, when I first got it, you seen 1 or 2. Now it's like I've seen 5 or 10 of them.
Right.
So, but all right. Well, thanks, AJ.
Yeah, thank you.
Want to tell them again what you do real quick?
Yeah. So again, my name is AJ. I'm with SoFi. I am one of the origination specialists. I also draw and paint as well. But yeah, just say again, this has been a wonderful experience, all things considered. But yeah, and awesome. Roger, thanks again for letting me try it out.
Awesome. Trying to get as many people to get the experience, because a lot of people, you know, they haven't had the experience like AJ, and once you see what it's like to drive an EV, and a lot of people still don't realize how fast they are, and, you know, how clean they can be and how nice they can be, and you know, just open your horizons. Like, I mean, AJ probably already wanted an electric car anyway, but yeah, there's a lot of people out there that have never seen this vehicle. They don't even realize that it exists. So, but thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, we'll see you on the next one.
I will see you.